In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 MLB games happening on September 14, 2022, and providing you with team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 MLB games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Tampa Bay Rays versus Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays will host the Tampa Bay Rays on Wednesday in the 4th contest of a 5-game series. The Blue Jays won 3-2 on Monday, and these clubs split a double-headers on Tuesday. This has been a competitive season series, with the Rays leading 7-6. The Rays are 7-2 in their last 9 Wednesday games and 7-1 in their last 8 during Game 4 of a series. The Blue Jays are 4-1 in their last 5 during Game 4 of a series and 9-3 in their last 12 overall. The under is 7-3 in Rays' last 10 overall. The under is 5-1 in Blue Jays' last 6 overall. The Rays are 4-1 in the last 5 meetings in Toronto and 5-2 in the last 7 meetings. The Rays will turn to right-hander Drew Rasmussen for the 3rd game of this big-time series with the Blue Jays. He delivered a dominant performance in last Friday's win over the Yankees, racking up 10 strikeouts over 6 shutout innings in an impressive game. He has been very sharp for the Rays since Shane Baz was lost for the year, coming in with a solid 2.57 earned run average, 1.04 WHIP, and 113.27 Kelvin BB ratio. This is another huge game for both teams, but as the season progresses, it appears both clubs will get into the playoffs with the Orioles fading. Toronto has been excellent from the plate all year, and Bo Bichette is on a rampage with 7 home runs and 21 RBI in 11 games in September. As long as Rasmussen can keep him in check, the Rays will gut out W, so the Tampa Bay Rays money line is our full game side pick. Although both the Jays and Rays are excellent at the plate with timely hits and power throughout both lineups, they have gotten it done this year with quality starting pitching. Tampa Bay has allowed the 5th fewest runs per game this year while holding a top 5 earned run average in WHIP. Toronto has gotten it done at the top of their rotation with Kevin Gausman and Alek Manoah, but Ross Stripling has really done a good job over the last 2 months. He comes into this start with a 3.03 earned run average, 1.01 WHIP, and a 113.27 Kelvin BB ratio over 122-plus innings. The total number has gone under in 4 of Toronto's last 5. We have an outstanding pitching matchup in this game, starting with Drew Rasmussen, who has a 1.34 earned run average in his last 7 starts. Ross Stripling has also been strong with a 2.67 earned run average in his last 5 starts. The under is 15-5-3 in the last 23 head-to-head meetings, and that's what I expect Wednesday. This will be a low-scoring battle dominated by both starting pitchers. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Kansas City Royals versus Minnesota Twins. The Kansas City Royals will be on the road as they take on the Minnesota Twins at Target Field. Zach Greinke will take the mound for the Royals. Sonny Gray will start for the Twins. Zach Greinke has been horrendous on the road this season. In 11 road starts, he has a 6.33 earned run average, 1.59 WHIP, 34.12 Kelvin BB ratio, and opposing batters are hitting .322 against him. Sonny Gray has been solid at home this year. In 12 home starts, Gray has a 2.97 earned run average, 1.2 WHIP, 70.24 Kelvin BB ratio, and opposing batters are hitting .220 against him. In 2 games started against Kansas City, Gray has a 0.75 earned run average, 0.5 WHIP, and a 14.1 Kelvin B ratio. The Twins have fallen in the American League Central, but series against teams like the lowly Royals are must-wins in order to try and catch the Guardians for first in the division. Minnesota is in must-win mode, so the Minnesota Twins to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Sonny Gray has been solid at home this year. In 12 home starts, Gray has a 2.97 earned run average, 1.2 WHIP, 70-24 Kelvin BB ratio, and opposing batters are hitting .220 against him. In 2 games started against Kansas City, Gray has a 0.75 earned run average, 0.5 WHIP, and a 14-1 Kelvin BB ratio. Kansas City has been poor on offense this season. They are bottom 10 in the league in runs, home runs, RBI, OBP, SLG, and OPS. The Royals have struggled versus Gray, and they will struggle to hit him once again. This will be a lower scoring game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Chicago Cubs versus New York Mets. The Chicago Cubs wrap up their 3-game series with the New York Mets in Queens on Wednesday night. The Cubs are playing out the string for the rest of 2022 and hope to avoid a last-place finish in the National League Central. As for the Mets, they are in a dogfight with the Atlanta Braves for the National League East Division as well as the coveted second seed for the National League playoffs, which would give them a first-round bye in the new format. The pitching matchup for Wednesday's finale will be left-hander Drew Smyly of the Cubs likely taking on Mets lefty David Peterson. While both the Mets and Braves are nearly assured of making the playoffs at this point, the division winner will likely earn a first-round bye in the National League playoffs. The Mets have dropped the first 2 games of this series, but still hold a slim lead in the National League East over the Braves. The Mets wasted a pretty good pitching performance on Tuesday night and will turn to David Peterson on Wednesday, who has allowed 9 earned runs over his last 25 innings pitched. For the Cubs, Drew Smyly has allowed 7 runs over his last 15.1 innings pitched this season. The starting pitchers' splits for these guys show that there is a difference between them as Drew Smyly is 4-4 with a 4.45 earned run average in 12 road starts this season, while David Peterson is 5-1 with a 3.8 earned run average in 11 home games so far. There is a difference in the previous 30 days between these offenses as well as the Cubs are 21st in the sport with a .227 team batting average in their last 28 games, while the Mets are 9th with a .257 team batting average in their previous 27 games. I expect a big offensive performance from the Mets, as they have been silenced in the first 2 games of this series. Smyly did just allow 7 runs in 1 start to the Cardinals, so he can definitely give up runs in bunches. I am expecting the Mets to get back on the winning track here, so the New York Mets money line is our full game side pick. Looking at the previous 7 starts for both pitchers, Drew Smyly is 3-2 with a 2.29 earned run average and a 0.99 WHIP, while David Peterson is 2-2 with a 4.1 earned run average and a 1.56 WHIP in his last 7 games. Looking at the offenses in a month's span of games, there are some signs showing that they are not going to put up a crooked number, as the Cubs are averaging 3.68 runs per game in their last 28 games, while the Mets are scoring 4.3 runs per game in their previous 27 games played. The Cubs are struggling to put up big offensive numbers as of late. The Cubs are averaging just 3 runs per game in their last 10 games and are just 2-7-1 to the over in their last 10 games. The Mets have one of the best offenses in baseball but will struggle to put up similar numbers without Mart in the 2-hole for the foreseeable future. The Mets will play very tight to the vest going forward, anxious to earn that first-round bye and increase their odds to advance in the playoffs. Expect a low-scoring, tight game in this one, and the Mets more than willing to turn to closer Edwin Diaz by the 8th inning. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.